something. So, like you say, it is worth even going for it in the first place because of that.
Yeah, I mean, the learning that you do in DIQ is tremendous. It's a big growth and training opportunity. So it's never a bad decision just to go for it. It forces you out of your comfort zone.
Mhm.
And I know all the directors will say that, right? That DIQ was the place where we grew the most. If we just stay in our comfort zone and we don't make that decision to just go for it, we're never going to force ourselves to grow. So kudos to you for being brave enough to go for it. And I know Diana is right there alongside of you. It's so fun and also probably a little nerve-wracking with, you and your team member
Yeah.
shooting for something together. But it's good to have a running buddy. It's good to have some healthy competition. And Nashville, here we come. That's what Tiffany is saying in the chat because she's working on the same thing. Diana gave a thumbs up. So, Tiffany, can you unmute and tell us where you are with striving for DIQ? I don't know if you can talk where you are.
Yeah, I can talk. So I have 4 team members currently, so I'm halfway there. And we have 4 weeks till the end of December. So I'm just striving for asking 5 ladies a week. And I know the numbers will be there and I'll have a new team member every week. And I'm really excited for the 30% to kick in. And as Bridget was talking, former consultants, I did like a curious Facebook post that I've been seeing going around today that we've got something juicy to tell all of our former consultants and just sparking that curiosity. I think that Mary Kay is doing us a huge favor, and I really believe that it's about to be a powerful move. So I'm really just excited. I think with a 30% off, all of us that are already in red jackets can definitely be a red jacket this month. So, like Betsy said, just ask everybody that's placing an order with you. Just ask
Mhm.
them to come in for their own discount.
Mhm.
People that you're facialing, people that you've never even talked to Mary Kay about, just say, hey, like, do you want to try a couple of products? You can take it home, send them your roll up bag, let them try it and say, did you like the products? If so, I've got something great for you, and just share it with them.
I love
So,
it.
yeah, I'm super excited for this month.
You got the words, Tiffany. I can hear it. I can hear that powerful DIQ posture in everything that you're saying. And I want to challenge you not to just share with 5 people a week, because the 5 people that you are actually going to talk to, they're going to like want to join. I believe that pretty much anyone who actually listens to this, they're going to be convinced that this is the smart move. But you may have to talk to 10 or 15 and ask them to listen, ask them to watch a video, ask them to have a quick chat first before you get to the 5 that are actually going to hear you. So try to reach out to more, right? 15, I would say, because not everyone is going to say, yeah, I'll take a look. They're just distracted. They're not open-minded. They're not in a good place right now. Maybe they're going through something, right? And they're not just really ready to receive something. You could be offering them $1 million and they're not even going to take it because they're like too stressed about whatever is stressing them out. So
Mhm.
it's just something we want to ask like a lot of people. And I want to challenge everybody, even if you're not striving for DIQ and being in Nashville, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to be in Nashville with us, right? But um, it's definitely something that we need to be sharing with everybody. So Diana, did you want to chime in at all on that where you are? Because we're looking for 3 DIQs at least to join us in Nashville from these units. And Monique, if you've got anybody you're working with, let us know. Diana is out with her friends right now. I don't know. Sometimes she wants to hop in, but all
Yeah,
right.
I think Diana, sorry, Bridget, to interrupt. I think she had a question for me in the chat. She said I was going to ask Tiffany how she found the women.
Mm,
So 2 of them that I have had join. So Christy was a former consultant, so that was work from years ago. My mom is just somebody close that's willing to step in and help you. And
mhm.
then the other 2 have been at parties, and just having that strong closing with them and explaining how much they could get out. I just explained to them that if the repair set was something that they fell in love with that night, that repair set cost $225, but the best deal for them, not the princess, not the queens, not the, that it's broken down on the closing sheet, that the best deal for them if they're going to buy the repair is to sign up, spend that $30 investment, and then they're going to get their repair set, but they're going to get an additional $225 worth of product. And two people from saying that saw the value in that of the more products just because they were going to make that $225 investment anyways in their skincare set.
Yeah. And a lot of times we don't want to give up that sale. We think, well, but then I'll lose the sale. But if you've got a goal of leadership and you have a goal for the bigger income of Mary Kay, then sometimes you do have to be willing to give up that customer sale for the longer win, which is leadership and becoming a director, which is going to triple your income long term. So that little money that you may have lost from that sale, it multiplies by 10. It really does. So thank you. All right. That's right. Jeannie asked, put in the chat your faces, your sales, your shares, and your bookings. We are going to get to the count up. Before we move on, though, I want to remind everybody, too, that they will be entered to win our Kendra Scott drawing, and we're going to do this at the end of December. There's one for the consultant and one for the customer. So when we do the drawing for the person who listened to the marketing information, right? They watched a video, they did a quick chat with you to give their feedback. They're going to get entered for this. You just need to put that in our Facebook group where there is a little graphic where the woman is like looking like this and it says Mary Kay Q&A. That's where you're going to put her name in there. Just tag her in the group or just put her name. Or she can fill out the Google form that we have, or if your director has a Google form, we're going to put all the names together and then we'll do the drawing. And if your customer wins, you win too. This is a really pretty necklace. So let's get sharing. All right, I see more people coming in here. Hey, Pamela and Stephanie. We've got Colleen here and an iPhone. I don't know who iPhone is, but Janine's
It's probably
here.
Susu.
Okay, probably Sue. Okay, good.
Thank you, Betsy.
All right. Hey, Sue, you made it.
Well,
All right.
Betsy helped me. My phone is screwing up.
That's okay. You got here.
That's right.
All right. So what we are going to talk about tonight is we are going to go into two themes this month. One is we're going to share a holiday tip with you because it is December, and we definitely want everybody to just constantly be thinking about how can they just sprinkle in more holiday selling throughout everything that they're doing this month. Holiday selling can be big, or it can just be the little extra that you do on top of whatever else you're doing. But either way, it's something we want to market to our customers. And so Jeannie's going to share a holiday tip today. And our red jackets, I had asked my red jackets, but any of the red jackets, if you have other tips, other things that are working for you in the holiday space, then just chime in. Show us a fun gift that you made. We want to have this be a place of sharing holiday tips this month. And then also in keeping with the kit and commit theme that we were announcing last month, we want to set you up for success in doing appointments. So this is going to be your party era. Okay, we're going to teach you about all the different things that it takes to have a successful appointment, whether it be with one face, 10 faces, virtual or in person. All these things apply to all of those. And so we're going to break it down with bookings and pre-profiling for the first week. And then we're going to get more into just the meat of doing the appointment and what you need to say and do. What are the magic words that you should be doing in your appointment? And then the third week, we'll talk more about closing, the table close, the individual close. And then I'll take a poll from you guys. You can put it in the chat. December 22nd. Okay, that's actually, I think, the fourth Monday of the month. We can either have no meeting. If you vote for no meeting, we can see who votes for that. Or we could have a fun meeting. We could do something creative and fun and who knows what, some surprises. And then the last Monday is the 29th, and that's when we will do a training on like the follow-up, like what to do after your appointment to keep having full circle success. And that includes booking the next appointment and also sharing the opportunity. All right, so that's what's on tap for our party era. So just let me know in the chat your opinion. If you don't have an opinion, then we'll figure it out for you. All right, so let's let Jeannie start with her holiday tip. You want to go first, Jeannie? And
Yep,
share
I can go
with
first.
Adopt a grandparent?
Yes, I'm excited to share Adopt a Grandparent. It's a little project that I have done. This will be my third year that I have been able to do this, and I'm encouraging my team to do this. So what it is where, I mean, what Christmas is all about, bringing joy to others, especially blessing others that maybe are not going to get anything. And our forgotten population is often our seniors. So our shut-ins, our nursing homes. So you pick where you are going to bless a group of individuals and set a goal. I'm doing a local nursing home that doesn't get a lot of attention in Suffolk. But the goal is to raise the funds and just put it out there. And Bridget's going to show you a couple examples of some flyers. So I know Colleen also is doing one for the cancer group in her area because that's near and dear to her heart. But she's going to show you some examples. So like you can either post on there on Facebook or to your customers that you can adopt 2 grandparents for $20 or 2 grandparents for $22, or you could just do the 1 grandparent for 12. So I have been able to, I've had more success actually doing the Adopt 2, but I may have to raise the price to 2 for 22. Just because we've add some candy and of course the socks are in there. We're sold out of socks. So if you didn't stock up on that, you just need to order some from Amazon. And think about like the senior citizens. A lot of times they need the grippy socks at the bottom. So just think about that. And then, of course, the Mint Bliss. We were able to stock up on those. So they're getting ornament, candy, and Mint Bliss. And they're going to get so much joy in this box when you drop it off. So I just encourage you guys, set a personal goal, share it with your all your clients and friends, even people that have already ordered from you. They will definitely want to sponsor a grandparent and bring blessings. And if you need help with the flyer, just let your director know. But this is a beautiful way to give back. And then you could also do like the hand lotion and gloves. I don't know, if the gloves are as useful if they are shut in the nursing home, but some assisted living, they are able to get out a little bit. So you could do the hand lotion and gloves. I don't know if you could see it. My screen's messed up a little bit there. But anyway, if you have any questions, let us know and we can help you with a script and a flyer if needed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through those flyers and just make sure that they're worded right. And I'll post a couple of them and I'll look and see if I've got others, which I might have a couple. I just have to look back and try to find them. But it is a great thing that you are allowed to post on your social media about, but you just need to do it in a certain way. You are supposed to word it correctly. So I'll post a sample of how you could word it in your Facebook. And then you could just basically tweak it, for whatever your theme is. A lot of your clients do want to do good, in the holidays. They want to help people. So it can be a great way to get some extra sales, basically. You're not really making money from it because you're using the profit toward, just purchasing the additional set. So that you can, like, if they paid you, let's say it's a hand cream, if they paid you $12, you would be able to get 2, or actually it's 14, right? I think hand cream's 14 now. You would be getting 2 hand creams, whereas normally you would have half of it go to you and half of it pay for the product. In this case, you're having it go towards the product 100%. Now, when we figure out the totals, and when you see the totals, sometimes it's a little higher because of the price of like the socks or the gloves or whatever ribbon you're tying it with, or the box, the packaging. So you can consider that in your pricing as well. But we'll get that out to you. And the other thing that you want to do is have a specific nursing home or assisted living that you're working with, that you contact them and you ask them how many people Could I sponsor? Like, do you have a certain number of people that live there? Or, have a goal. Mary Kay wants you to actually have a specific place that you're working with. So in your message on Facebook, or when you tell people, you can say, I'm sponsoring the seniors at such and such place, so that it's a commitment to that group. Okay.
Hey, Bridget.
Yeah.
One tip on that too, the nursing home that I work with, there's an event coordinator at most of them. And then ask them, because a lot of times they'll have like a holiday celebration. So they'll tell you a specific date and then ask them how many residents will be there so that, there's not one short. I always carry extra because that would be sad, not to have enough. So ask them how many they're expecting and carry a 5 or 6 more.
Good tip. Any other ideas related to that, or any questions about the adopt a mom, adopt a grandparent, adopt a senior? We'll give you some more examples on Facebook. Okay. All right. Well, for those of you that just came in, make sure you're putting everything in the chat for your count up. Jeannie's going to total up your bookings, your sales, your shares, and your faces. And it is a new month. So we've got lots of things to accomplish. What you're doing is you're wrapping up your old month. So you're totaling up your total sales, your total faces, and you're filling out maybe your face tracker. You're communicating with your director. I know for me, I have a monthly tracker Google form that I love for my people to fill out. And I like them to tell me what their how many faces they saw, how many team members they had, and then what their goal is for the new month. So this is the day today. Don't go to bed without making a decision about what your goal is for December. And I want to challenge you guys to double or triple what you did in November, because December can really be a big month. And it's kind of an interesting month. It starts out with like a lot of selling in the beginning of the month. People are totally focused on holiday gifts. And then sometimes you get like that mad rush at the end with last minute people. So don't think that people are finished, because even on the 24th, people will be buying from you, especially men. And then it goes a little quiet there for a few days for Christmas. And then it picks up again. And all the women that have been so busy all month that ran out of their cleanser, that didn't have a chance to put the order in for themselves, now they're needing stuff. They're like, oh my gosh, I've been so busy. I ran out of my cleanser, my moisturizer. I need things. So that might be a time when you do, an end of the year clearance sale, or, something fun for your new year, new you, and promote some bookings for over the holidays when people are home for a while. And you do some quick facials so that we can get their skin in check for the new year, or help them with a new refreshed makeup look for the new year. So you have these different like parts of the month. And then we're going to have December 17th where the e-commerce starts, right? So just so you guys know, you should mark it in your calendar on December 16th I believe it's at 7 o'clock at night. You will not be able to access certain things on InTouch. InTouch will still be working, but you're not going to be able to go to like your customers or your orders. Parts of InTouch are just going to be not working. It's like a blackout period, and it's going to be blacked out until the next day on the 17th at like 10 a.m. And at 10 a.m. on the 17th, that's when the e-commerce and my shop start. So if you have not, who has set up their My Shop? Anybody done it yet? Put their photos on there and added their links to their bank. I see Betsy waving her hand. Is she the only one? Okay, Karine says she's done it too. And Amy. All right. Was it hard, ladies? Was it time consuming? Not too much, no. Diana says she did it too. All right. So if you haven't done it yet, you can start doing that now. It really doesn't take that long, but if you have any issues with it, you want to, just work through it. For me, my bank did not connect right away, but then a few days later, I got an email that said, you didn't finish setting up your My Shop. You need to connect your Stripe account. I was like, well, I tried, it didn't work. So then I went back in, did the buttons again, and then it worked. So who knows why it didn't work the first time I did it, but then they fixed it. So you're going to want to have 6 pictures of yourself so people can get to know you on your My Shop. Your website link is going to be the same. So that won't change, but you do want to have that bank account. Your Social Security needs to be on Mary Kay in Touch. If you haven't put it on there, you would do that under your profile. So make sure you go up to the profile, which is the little circle head, silhouette head on the top right. Go down to your account and then just put in your social there, because Stripe needs to have that in order to work, and then keep track of your money and for tax purposes. And if you have a new person who just joined, they're not going to be able to set up My Shop until the 17th. And if you have another person on your team who did not have a personal website, they cannot set up My Shop until the 17th. So the only people that can actually set up My Shop are people that currently had a personal website before October 31st. And then one last thing to know about the My Shop is you need to clear any orders that are pending by December 15th. Well, before December 16th, because they will not mitigate over, I think that's the word. They'll just disappear if they're still pending. So let's pretend somebody orders something on your website on December 15th and you don't see it, or you don't charge her credit card, right? You just never fully process her order. When the blackout happens, that order will be erased. So please be aware, be looking and making sure that all orders that are in Touch on the 15th, 16th, you need to process them, complete them, mark them as complete, or else they will disappear. Okay? All right. Any questions about the My Shop and the changes that are coming? Are you excited for it? I think it's going to be really good. Yes, we're going to get to more on that. Okay. So, Christina, you want to talk about some announcements?
Yeah, sure. I was just gonna ask you, do you think we should give our customers a heads up about any of this? Like send them an email. We can send them an email through In Touch, right? I just didn't know if everybody
Probably.
knew to do that.
Yeah, probably. Most people have said that it's just going to look like the website is getting an update. So, that is part of it, that it's going to look a little different and it should be a more pleasant, exciting shopping experience. But here's the thing that you do need to tell them about is if you as a consultant tend to add those 50% off items for people and you really want to do that, maybe you have people that pick up product from you or you like to drop off the product, you need to let them know that if they shop on your website after December 17th, they will not be able to add in those 50% off items, make any changes. It's going to be mailed to them immediately, and they will pay shipping on it. Or although I have to check on that. That's a good question because I thought, yeah, I guess I think you could set it up in your My Shop. The shipping is customizable. So you could set that up a little differently depending on the person. But anyway, that's a lot of this, guys, we don't really know yet. We haven't seen it. The directors have never used it yet. We're going to find out just the same time as all of you. But yeah, I hope that answers that question.
Adventure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I probably will give them a heads up. And I was just thinking probably the easiest way to do that is through In Touch. You can send your customers an email through there.
Mhm.
So maybe in the next week or so, Bridget and I can work on an easy script.
Mhm.
You guys can
Mhm.
have to share, the basics. So it's
Mhm.
not scary and confusing to them, but
Yeah.
just lets them know there's some changes coming. All right. So I'm talking about announcements.
Yeah.
I've been taking notes and adding to the list. So, who's excited and gotten their brand new calendar already for the new year because 2025 is running out. So I'll just show this. I found this one, this brand last year, and I don't know about you, but I like thin, skinny ones that aren't huge and take up a lot of space. And so this one's called Poluma. Poluma. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't see that. Poluma. I don't know, it was like $14. But oh my gosh, I love it. It has tabs, it's thin, it's floppy, it doesn't weigh 1,000,000 pounds. And it has my whole like year at a glance in the very front. So I already have like 6 months of my whole life planned out. Like we're going through June already. It's done. Exciting. If you're a cheer mom or a sports mom, like, your life happens like in fast forward in advance. But anyway, I just want to share that with you. But definitely write everything down because we have so many exciting things to happen here this month and beyond. So we talked about a few of them. Fill out your Google Prize form for Bridget. We've got our December theme dates for our Monday night meetings. Super exciting. Star quarter ends December 15th. Do not miss your star, you guys. Do not miss your star. Oh my gosh. So we've got 2 weeks to make sure, check your shelves, check in with all your customers. What are you giving as holiday gifts from your own store? All the things, right? Do not miss your star. It's too fun to be a star. And then you can just like rack up all those star points. They've been giving us extra credit star points all year anyway, but I think you have to be a star to get them.
Mhm.
So you might have earned them, but then if you are not a star, you're not going to get the bonus points. So definitely be a star. Plus, if you've added qualified team members, if you're at least a Sapphire star, that bumps you up to the next star level. So Tiffany is already like a Ruby star. And once I finish my star, I've got like $200 more to go. I have like 4,800 extra credits because of team building. So it's like gonna fly me to the moon to be a pearl star, which is really exciting. So remember that, but you at least have to be a first level star at Sapphire level to get all those extra bump ups. So don't miss it. You don't want to miss it. Okay. And we talked about the Kendra Scott drawing on the 12th. Set a personal goal. How many entries are you going to have in there? Are you going to have 5? Are you going to have 10? Are you going to have lucky 13? And remember, if she wins, you win too, which is really, really fun. We've got to get registered for Laura's January jump on January the 10th. It's a Saturday. And Bridget has offered, we're doing a Friday night sleepover at your house if you're coming up, right, from the south
Mhm.
or wherever, if you're close.
Mhm.
And then also maybe a Saturday night
Yeah.
dinner,
Mhm.
right? Saturday
Yes.
night dinner in Frederick, which I love. You guys love Frederick. You have to like, I don't know where we're going to eat, but any place in Frederick that you eat is like amazing. And then back down to Bridget's for a powwow if you can spend the night, I think. So I'm really excited about all of that and corporate coming in to speak with us. So we just like need to have like the biggest crowd ever, ever, ever at January jump. So get a buddy, say, you're rooming with me, we're loading the car, hitting the road, and it's going to be fun. Just block off the whole weekend as much as you possibly can. I know it's hard for mamas with littles to get away, but we want you there for sure, for sure, for sure. And there's links, right? I know there's links all over our Bold Believers website.
Yeah.
I'll post them again. We'll post them again this week. So if you haven't registered, grab the link and make sure you get registered. It's only like $39, right? Is it still 39?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, I mean, you guys, seriously, we're probably on our own for lunch, right? Is that the deal?
Yes, and we are going to have lunch with Jennifer from corporate, I believe. So she is really wanting to get to know us, talk to us, and, just spend time with our future mold area. So I believe we are going to be her special lunch guests.
Awesome. Katie's asking, when is the cutoff to register? I would say probably the end of December. Did she give us an earlier cutoff than that?
Let's see here. This is the flyer. I don't
Or
see.
until it's full. I mean, she might be restricted.
Yeah, I
with how
don't
many people.
see a cutoff. Um, yeah, I don't see a cutoff. There is
I
a
did
red.
see she just offered to husbands to register, right? Didn't she
Yeah.
just recently say that today, I think?
Yeah, if
She's
you're not
offering a
in her area Facebook group, make sure you get there. And there's this is like a link tree of everything you need for the event. You've got well, I don't think you'd need to book a hotel probably, but there's everything in here. So she even has a little info about save the date for fall retreat. Look at that. Mark your calendars now for November 6th through 8th. You can go into
Ooh.
your calendar and write down your date for fall retreat already.
Yes, another new thing to write down.
Yeah, so
Love
that new calendar is getting filled up.
I love a new calendar. Such a
So,
dork. Okay.
yep, she's got it all here. And she did just do one of her first drawings, and she's going to do another drawing, she said, but it is only $39. So that's exciting.
Yeah. So as
it-
soon as you know you can go, definitely get registered. And I think Tiffany put in the chat for us. Was that the husband registration, Tiffany? Is only
Yeah,
It's
that's what
only
I saw. $10 for a
$10.
husband.
Okay, $10 for a husband, girls. That is a deal right there. Bring your man for $10.
And the whole schedule for the January Jumpstart and all the fun things we're going to do at my house is on our Facebook group also. So if you look there, and please let me know because I'm figuring out beds and who's going to stay where. And if we have to spill over to another location, I need to know that. So if you all are traveling up from Virginia Beach and you're going to be there with us, please let me know. You can come up anytime on Friday. And then we'll go to the conference together on Saturday and then back to my house on Saturday night. And I've got an awesome church that's really close by, actually, a couple churches. One of them is sort of a famous church that I know some of you have watched online and things. It's called Cornerstone, or my church is really cool in downtown Leesburg. So we could do a little church time and a brunch together on Sunday and then head home after that. All right. So we've got some really fun things that we want to do on that weekend, and we hope that everybody near or far can be a part of it in some way. All right. So what's next, Christine?
Yay. Okay. So then right after Jump is leadership in Nashville. So exciting. I am so proud of you, Tiffany. I know you are super committed. 4 more, baby. That's it. 8 and you're in. For anybody else, no matter where you are, you can get your 8 active this month and come with us. We're dashing to Nash. It's the dash to Nash, you guys. It's going to be so fun. And I mean, directors are the top 2% of the company. So even if you just get your 8 in to go, just to spend time to see what the company does at leadership conferences in one of the most fun cities in the entire country, and every cent that you spend is a tax deduction. Like, just get there. Just tell everybody you got to get to Nashville. You go into leadership. You need 8 active people. They're all going to get their Christmas presents at 50% off with you this month. Why not? You can make it happen. And cheering everybody on, because I know Betsy's trying to get there. Diana's trying to get there. And
And I will
love it.
say one more thing about that. We have some team members that have 8 to 10 or more team members on their team that they could just get people active and be there. And you know what? Sometimes you may be on the fence whether you're ready to jump into that director position and do the whole DIQ thing, but just be there for the conference. Like, consider it your ticket, your VIP ticket to a special exclusive training. And I think sometimes we think so far ahead, like we have to be so committed for the next, 3 months, 6 months, year of work ahead of us. But what if you just said, hey, I just want to get on this trip. I just want to be there for the training. I just want to hear what all the big girls are talking about. And I want to be on Broadway and hear some live music and have some girlfriend time. I mean, it's okay to be that way because you're going to pick up a lot of great things that are going to make you a more powerful consultant, whatever level you're at, or director when you're there. So we would love to have even more come, really
Yes.
think about it.
Come.
Nashville in January with all of us is the place to be. So we would love to have even more than just the ladies that we've talked about Some of you, maybe you're sitting there thinking, should I go for it? And Christina mentioned, telling people that you're trying to earn this trip is a great reason for them to say, okay, I'll get my order in this month. I want to help you get to Nashville. Okay. So
Yes. And
Make
Deb
it happen.
Connor asked, how many do you need? And Jeannie answered, 8 active team members, Deb. That's it. Your grade 8. You need your grade 8 active, and then you submit January 1st. So you got to get to 8 active by December 31st, and then you'll submit DIQ January 1st, and you'll register, and you'll buy a plane ticket. Like, I remember the first time I became a director, the trip was to San Diego, and I bought my plane ticket before I finished DIQ. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not missing this trip because I work for travel. And I was like, I'm going to the San Diego Zoo, and my senior director and I did that. And it was like the most amazing experience. And I love California, and I had only been a couple times before, and it was amazing. So just buy your plane ticket right now, today, and then it's a done deal. You're going to get there.
Yeah, I love it. Great advice.
All right. So that is January. If you want to write the dates down, just so you know, leadership is January 17th through the 20th. So it's a Saturday through a Tuesday, 17th through the 20th. So most of it, like, we'll probably fly in Friday and then leave, late afternoon on Tuesday is usually how it goes. And then you can also mark your calendar for career conference. If you want to go to Pittsburgh, it's March 13th and 14th. And Tiffany and my crew, a lot of us, that we might be going there to Pittsburgh, because that's like a lot closer for everybody on that side. But then March 20th and 21st, I know Bridget and Laura will be in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So I may go to both, but which I've done many times in the past. But those are the 2 closest for those of us on the East Coast. But then there's other ones around you. I just don't have all the dates. So check the website if you're in a different location. Like, I know Colleen's out in the Midwest, and there's probably, but she flies most of the time to come see us. So that'd be great.
True.
And then also go ahead and jot down seminar in Fort Worth, Texas, August 10th through the 8th. Okay. We do
No,
not
that
want to miss
doesn't make sense. August 10th through the 8th.
August 8th through the 10th.
Okay.
Reverse that. August 8th through the 10th. I don't know what days of the week that is, but I think maybe it starts on a weekend. Seminar in Fort Worth, August 8th through 10th. Exciting. And that'll be close enough. We still should be able to see the Mary Kay's office, maybe they're going to have a way for us to get over there to headquarters, hopefully, and maybe the manufacturing plant, because Fort Worth is right next door to Dallas.
True. Didn't think about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Is that everything?
That's all on. No, there isn't. Then we have just the next upcoming Thursdays. Jot this down. We have a glow facial this Thursday, 12/4, to invite your guests. We have a makeup look of the month, Thursday the 11th. Jingle and Jammies on the 3rd Thursday. And I have
That's the game
Yeah,
night.
that's the 18th.
Mhm.
Is that the same? Jingle Jammies
Yes.
and game night?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. And that's the 18th, Thursday the 18th. And yeah, that's it. So the next 3 Thursdays, make sure you have guests.
What was the 11th called?
Sure. The 4th was glow facial. That's this week. Glow facial this week. Then the makeup look of the month next Thursday, the 11th. And then Jingle Jammies and game night on 12/18.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And
I
that-
see Christmas jammies in our future.
Yes, get out your pajamas. We're going to have fun game night. We'll do stocking stuffers, some gift ideas. This is a guest event. This is a fun way for guests to come and put on their holiday PJs and get on a Zoom. Who else is inviting them to do that? Nobody, right? This is not going to be a boring Christmas party. They have to get in their Spanx and pantyhose and high heels and, whatever. This is fun. This is like comfy and cozy so they can get their hot cocoa or their favorite drink and just have fun with us. That's what we really want this to be. And all of these things, these are trainings for new consultants, especially because they need to learn about product. The Glow Facial tells them how to do a skincare class. The Makeup Look of the Month teaches them all of our makeup tips. So encourage all of your team, new and not so new, to jump onto these events as well. Okay. Well, we have about 10 minutes left to go through our count up and then a little bit of training. So, Jeannie, why don't you run through our queens for us and then we'll finish with our little training about our party era.
All right, so our Queen of Faces is a tie between Diana and Angie. They both have 3.
Awesome. Diana and Angie with 3 faces. I see Angie's on here with her background, looking so lovely. How'd you see your 3 faces, Angie?
So I saw a couple of them at my studio, and you guys can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple of them I saw at my studio, and then I saw one when I was away this weekend at my in-laws.
Yay, doing it with the family. Awesome. Let me take your picture with the crown. Got it. Thank you. All right. Is Diana able to show her face? Congrats, Angie. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one, Jeannie.
All right, so sales. So many of you had sales, but a little bit under 300. Deborah had 404, but our queen is Miss Angie with 870.
870. Awesome. Did you do some Pink Week selling there, Angie?
I did, and it was fun.
I bet. How did you advertise it? What worked for you, do you think?
So I think what really worked was just putting little snippets up on my Instagram and Facebook, making sure I shared that in my stories. And it was interesting because at first I was like, I don't know, because there's always that little thing that gets in your head that makes you hesitate, because you have obstacles. Everybody has obstacles. So then one day I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw this little video up here real quick and just see what happens. And when I did that, it was like people just started responding to that. It was just like, oh, comment deal, and I'll send you my specials if you don't have a consultant. And people did that, or they would just text me on the side and be like, hey, I saw this, or so that actually worked, just to do like one little thing. So then I was, and if you can't do it like with your own face, then I would just, you know, forward something the Mary Kay page posted, and they'd see that. So,
Yeah, I think we should challenge everybody to go live and do it publicly this week. Share some of their holiday gifts. I
one
bet
more
a lot
thing.
of you have them wrapped, but how are they going to know you have them, right? If you just keep posting in a private group, or you just put it in your basket or keep it in your car and nobody sees it. But think about the platform. Angie was exposing herself, exposing herself to lots of people, okay? Because that's what social media allows you to do. So what a smart move. What a great way to multiply yourself. So congrats on that. Did you want to say something else, Angie?
Oh, I was gonna say to make sure that you have, I think what helped me too with the Pink Week thing is just having like things visible,
Mm,
like even if it's something small, whether I was like at work or like on my trip, I
mhm,
just had like a couple little things just pre-wrapped, like, oh, take a look at these eyeshadows,
mhm,
like
mhm,
just have something cute, because
mhm.
people buy with their eyes.
Yes,
And if it
right.
looks cute, they're gonna want it.
So take it everywhere you go. That's one of the holiday ideas, was that holiday baby that you just have your wrapped gifts ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Diana came back for a second. I think she wanted her picture taken.
Yeah, well, she said she had 5 faces instead of 3. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
the queen of faces, but Angie's still the queen of sales.
All right. Congrats to you, Diana. Let's take your picture with your crown. Beautiful queen. So 5 faces. How'd you do that, Diana?
I had three women in a color appointment, and then 2 of them today. So that made
Awesome.
5. Yeah, 2 of them were from my vendor event with the Girl More Girls, and the other 3 were just someone who wanted to gift somebody with a color appointment.
Nice. And I know you're rescheduling another party. You were trying to do it on
Yes.
Saturday, but the
Yes.
holiday threw everyone off. But that's going to be
Right.
another bunch of faces for you.
Yeah, yes,
So
yes.
love it. That is the secret to success, that faces, faces, faces take you places. Thank you. All right. What's next, Jeannie?
All right, our shares, we don't have a queen. We didn't do a good job of sharing this week. We had Betsy had 1 and Amy had 1, but no queen. You need 3 to be the queen.
Yeah, we want to bump up that sharing this month, especially like I said, with the e-commerce. You're going to see me posting a whole bunch of stuff this week with strategy. I'll probably even go live because there's more that I want to talk about related to that. So stay tuned for more ideas on what we can be saying and posting and promoting to get people excited about coming back to Mary Kay or coming into Mary Kay. So we're going to share. We're going to have lots of sharing queens next week. What's the how about bookings?
All right, bookings. So Betsy and Deborah and Amy all have some bookings, but Diana's the queen with 3 bookings.
Yay, Diana.
She's a double queen.
Congratulations. Yep, double queen. Congratulations, Diana. And I know she's getting those bookings, a lot of them from her vendor events, right? Doing some vendor shows and getting new leads. This is a great time, and it's not too late to contact, craft shows or senior living. There's just a lot of places. Monique, you had tremendous success. Tell them about your vendor event you just did.
Yeah, I just went to the Stone Tower Winery, for those of you that know the Northern Virginia area, and it is stinking bouge, so cute. So let me tell you, tell your husband to take you there, because I was there working a vendor event. I go, Michael, hello, we need to go here. But I did. I don't think I counted all of them yet, but I had upwards of, I want to say 70 leads. I mean, it was crazy. So I'm excited to book all these people, obviously this month, January, February, beyond, and just get all these new customers. And even when I was there were other vendors, and that's why it pays to go to these vendor events, that were telling me other events that they're hooked up and going to. So that was really great, because now, I mean, I had at least 2 people say, hey, this place is still looking for people, so you should go there. I'm going to be at that one. So that it always pays. And I even had a lady on the way home. I'm driving home today, and she's telling me, hey, don't forget about me December 13th. Well, I overbooked myself, but that's a good problem, because guess what? That's why we have teams. So
Yeah.
guess what? Somebody can do the other event, so
Yeah,
there's
dovetail
no
it.
shortage of events. Yeah.
Awesome. And that was a 2-day event, and you had found out about that event from somebody else at another vendor event that you had done.
Yep.
And a winery. I mean, think about the type of women that go to winery events, right? If they have extra money to spend on wine,
Yeah.
then they got some money to spend on skincare.
Exactly.
So maybe you need to look into that department, right? We talk all about the senior living places, but what about these high class ladies at the wineries, right? So breweries do events too. I think that's where Diana did hers, was at a brewery. And yeah, you got to think about your target market. Okay, so we got to get some more bookings on the calendar. We're hit and committing. Remember that challenge that we shared last month? It's 8 bookings. So who is committing to that? Diana has 3. All right, that's just from this past week. But if you are committing for 8 bookings, just total of 8, doesn't have to be 8 all in one week, but you're getting 8 bookings. Tiffany said she's committing. Monique's committed. Christina, I'm committed. I've got probably about 4 of mine committed, or 4 of my bookings together and on my calendar. So we want to see more people committing. And you only have to hold 5, right? We know that not all 8 are going to hold, but we want you to use, the scripts. And so let's jump into that. and talk about booking. And we'll wrap it up here with just a couple quick tips related to Kit and Commit. So it starts with getting your leads, right? You need to have your leads. If you feel like you're running out of leads, talk to your director. She can help you brainstorm some ways to find more people, right? Because they're there, but you just might need a little help figuring out who they are. But once you get those leads, you are going to use this approach. That's that 21-day booking approach. You probably have heard of that. Basically, in a nutshell, what it is you're just writing down your list of people that you are trying to book. Okay, you're making your master list of names, of leads. And then on day one, you're messaging these people and you're saying whatever the script is. If it's a vendor event, hey, I was so happy to meet you. I can't wait to give you the details. Can I send you a text or is it better to call you? All right, you have your script. Your director has all these scripts. You're not making them up from the top of your head, right? We have them saved in boards. Talk to your director about the right script for you. If it's a friend and you want to get in front of her to show her the new winter products or to show her some of your holiday gifts, you're going to change your script for that. If this is a brand new person that you've never facialed before, you're going to maybe say something different, right? So the script has to go with the person and it should sound like you. When you see a script that your director gives you, always start it out with something maybe a little more personal or maybe something related to a connection that you and she have, right? If you work with her, you could start it out and say something like, hey, Susie, I know it's tough getting back to work after our long break, but I have something fun to ask you. And I think you're going to like this a lot better than, heading back to the classroom after 4 days off, or whatever. Like make it sound like you. And then you can say, I want to pamper your face. I want to borrow your face and get your opinion of some of the new products that Mary Kay has. It's going to help me with my training and it's going to make you feel amazing during this busy, busy season. Would you do me the favor of helping me with that training and let me pamper you? Something like that. Okay. You always want to end your booking script with a question. Okay. You never ever want to say, let me know. Let me know if I can do this with you. Okay. That is a big no. It doesn't work, right? Because they'll say, okay, I'll let you know. And will they ever let you know? No, they never, ever, ever let you know. So why would you ever ask for that, right? It's because you're not being assertive enough. You're holding back. And so we don't want you to hold back. We want you to ask for what you want. And never, ever ask a yes or no question unless you want the answer to be no. All right. You want to do an either or question like, should I text you or call you? Or, would you be able to do this virtually with me? Or could we meet really quick after school? Okay, you're assuming the yes when you do that. You don't want to assume maybe she's going to say no and ask a yes or no question. You assume that she's going to do it and you're just going to let her choose between two options. So when you message all these people, you're going to put a little check mark next to each person's name, or maybe you write the date next to her name. Some people like to do it on tracking sheets. I would always just lose the tracking sheets. It just makes a whole lot of mess of paper for me. But if you love a tracking sheet, you can look for the 21-day booking approach and you can Google it and you'll see all the tracking sheets. But I usually just do it in my notebook and I just love the feeling of like getting through at least 10 in a day. If you focus on just 10 of those a day, you will have success in your business. Okay, but here's the next thing you're going to do. You are not just going to wait and hope that they answer you. You're going to follow up if they don't answer you about 2 days later. But in between, you're working on your next group of 10. And then on the third day, you could circle back to the first group. Okay. Now there's different ways of doing it. It's not rocket science. You don't have to do it exactly how someone else does it. But the main point is that you're doing this group of people and then you're moving those same names to like the third day. Okay, you're giving them a day of rest in between and then you follow back up again and you say, hey, did you see my message on Monday? I had asked you about borrowing your face. Do you think you could let me do that sometime? I would love to pamper you. Could we do it after school sometime this week? Okay, that's your follow-up message. If you are following up with a customer who you just want to share some holiday products, I think it was a fun thing that Christine and I came up with last week of talking about the Polar Express. You know, I'm doing Polar Express appointments. I just want to show you my top 5 holiday gifts in 5 minutes. And I would love to do that over FaceTime, or I can just bring my gifts to you. Which one sounds better to you? Okay, so whatever the script is, you're going to follow up and you have to write it down because you won't remember who you've contacted on Monday after 2 days, right? You want to have a list. And that is how it works. And then you repeat it again. If they don't answer you, you do wait a day and then you do it again. Those same 10 people, they're just going to be moved to the next day. Some people actually go so far to actually write those 10 names on their calendar. You know how Christina just showed her calendar where you have the month at a glance? And then when you turn the page, you see like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the whole week. You could write the names of the people in that block for Monday. And then you could check them off right there in your calendar and then move them over to Wednesday. Okay, so you could just do that in the inside pages of your calendar for week to week to week. That's where you could track your names for your booking attempts. So if you do that, the reason why it's called the 21-day booking challenge is that if you do this for 21 days, okay, let's say you just started this in December, by Christmas, you will have like 10 bookings because you are going to get bookings from that follow-up on day 3, and the follow-up again on day 5, and then a follow-up again on day 7. Okay, you're actually going to be following up with people at least 3 times, maybe 4 times in some cases. If they're responding to you a little bit, and then they, are saying, yeah, let me check my calendar. Yeah, let me check with my husband. Yeah, I think my friend wants to join me. Let me check back with you. If she's engaging with you, you're not going to let go of that lady, right? Because she just needs a little more of a, reminders. But if you message her 3 times and there's absolutely 0 responses, what you're going to say on the 4th time is, you must be really busy because I haven't heard back from you. I hope everything's okay. I can follow up with you in a couple months and hopefully things will be a little bit better. But I really do look forward to pampering you and happy holidays. Okay. Now, when you do that, you're letting her know, I'm not giving up on you. You just must be really busy. And I'll follow up in a couple months. And when you do that, a lot of times they respond because then they realize, oh my gosh, she's not going to stop. So I better just tell her I have sensitive skin, or I already have a Mary Kay consultant, or I already use a different product. They may give you their objections because they realize if I don't tell this lady stop, she's going to keep going. And then that gives you an opportunity to either cross her off the list. And sometimes people even say that on their script. They'll say, if you would rather me take you off my list, I can do that. But I'm just going to think that probably you're just super busy and I can follow up with you in a couple months. So I hope you have a great holiday. Hope everything's okay. And I'll connect with you again soon. And then sometimes they tell you, no, please take me off the list. I can't do it right now, blah, blah, blah. But that may give you an idea of why she's objecting. And then you can try to overcome that objection. But sometimes you just take her off the list and that's okay too. Better than just a no response, right? A no response is better than a nothing response. We'd rather no so that we can move on. So that's probably stuff you've already heard before. You already know it, but will you do it? Because that one skill, right, is what will make the difference in your business. Going out and finding those leads, finding that group of 10 names, and then finding the next 10. So that you have enough to follow up with. Everyone can just find 20 people. I know you can. Go after the women that have birthdays this month. Go after the Facebook friends, the people you work with, the new leads you just got at the vendor event, the warm chat people that you met, when you were out and about. All the people. And some of your great customers, people you've already facialed. Ask them if they would help you with doing a get together with some friends. Maybe you can ask them to do color analysis because you need practice with that. There's so many different things that you could offer to people. It's not a one size fits all. You got to actually use your brain and think about strategy. What's going to help her say yes to me? Did you want to say something, Deborah? I thought I saw you raise your hand. Oh, if you offer a pampering session for a birthday gift and they flat out say no, what would be a good response? I don't know. I guess I would have to say maybe offer something else. Like, would you like to come to one of our virtual sessions? So you could just watch online and I can send you a sample in the mail. Kind of have a plan B as a backup. It's probably what I would do.
And I'd make sure I'd say, you know, if you're gonna give her a gift card for sure, just mention that too. I'd say, well, it's okay, you know, it's cold. We're all at home. That's fine. What if I send you the link to a virtual event? That way you and I can just be cozy at home and we'll be comfortable. And then I'll still give you a gift card as a gift. Like, how does that sound?
Yeah. Have a backup.
Hey, Bridget, I was going to say something really quick because I just realized that this month is my 5-year anniversary of DIQ. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
5 years ago this month, we were
Uh-huh.
ripping and running. Okay.
Yeah.
It was nuts. And listen, I'm gonna just prep everybody who wants DIQ because you do want it. Let me tell you, you do want it. But I just want to tell you, I did that exact the 21-day booking. And I went through, and that's what it was. I remember Bridget was like, well, what changed? All of a sudden I had all these bookings and I'm recruiting people. And it was the 21-day booking challenge. And it was when I just went through and I had to go through people. And it was so, I mean, it's almost the simple things you overlook, right? Because, you know, it's so easy. It's not like I'm going to reach 100 people today. No, it was just the 10, but I felt good about the 10 and I could do the 10, you know, and then when you feel good about it, you want to do it again tomorrow so that you can also check it off your list that you did it. So I just thought about that and I was like, that was 5 years ago and we were ripping and running, you guys. But it was a great month and it was very exciting. And December's always that month. I think December's always that month because you've got the holiday, you've got Christmas, you've got the end of the year. So you've just got a lot of movement, exciting parts. People that don't normally wear makeup, they do now. They're looking for a red lip. You know, I just feel like there's so many reasons to reach out to people. So definitely take advantage of the season. I think it's so great when she's dry skinned. I mean, you know what I mean? Like there's always a reason to reach out to people, but if you just commit to that, the bookings, you will get there. I mean, statistically speaking, you will get there.
And the reason why the Nationals wanted us to really commit to this kit and commit, getting the starter kit, dusting it off, refreshing it, getting it back to doing in-person facials, is because we know that we do tend to sell a lot more when we're in person with someone. We can share the opportunity better right on the spot. We don't have to follow up because they get off of a Zoom and then we have to chase them down to get the order, right? It's more instant success and instant connection with people if you do make that effort to have an in-person facial or, you know, turn it into a party, which we didn't get to talk too much about that, but it's really better if you book her as a face to then always follow up once you get the booking and you commit to the day, say, hey, would you be able to bring a couple friends? Because I have a goal to see at least 20 faces this month. And if you bring a friend or 2 or 3, I'll give you $10 free for every person that you bring with you. Okay, that's my gift to you. It helps me meet more people faster. And who do you know? Give her a suggestion. Like, could you bring your mom? Could you bring your daughter? How about that neighbor that you're always hanging out with and you play tennis with, right? You're giving her a suggestion because they're always going to be like, I don't know anybody. Everyone's busy. All my friends work. I don't think my friends wear Mary Kay. All my friends are on a different product. No, they're not. They're just making things up, right? They're totally making things up. That there's no truth in that. They do not know what their friends are using. They do not go to their bathroom and open up their cabinets, although they will tell you that they think they know. I'm like, how the heck do you know what your friend uses for a cleanser, right? Do any of you know what your best friend is using? What kind of toothpaste she's using? No, we don't know. So they just make up these excuses. So please don't fall for them and just ask them, bribe them, right? Tell them you've got a goal and that's going to make them want to do it. Don't say, oh, well, feel free to bring your friends if you want to. It's more fun with friends. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. If you're going to say something, at least say something that's going to work. What works is when you bribe them with free stuff and when you tell them you need their help. Okay. That's the thing that's going to make the needle move, is when you ask them. And then you're going to say, how about I give you a message that you can text to them so they know what this is all about? And it's just going to be a simple script and it'll have the day and the time on it. Is that going to help you? And then you follow up the next day and you say, did you send it out to a few people? I would love to know when you get a yes, because I'm going to start making their goodie bag and I want to make sure I have enough for everybody. Okay. So that's what's more about coaching. And I'm going to have Christina share that next time. In fact, maybe Christina, you could do that on a Facebook Live this week since we ran out of time today to go into like coaching and pre-profiling. Do you think you could do
Sure.
that for us? Okay. And then we
Yep.
could be able to share
No,
that.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
that sounds good. I wasn't sure if I was muted or not.
yeah, because that's important too. It kind of all goes into one, right? Once you book the appointment, you immediately start to do coaching and then you immediately start to pre-profile and that just goes from one step to the next. But I just wanted to make sure we were like locked in with what it takes to book and that is the most important skill in your business. And we did get a little bit away from it during COVID. And that's why the nationals are trying to bring us back to the core of just booking people, getting in front of people. That's where you're going to have the greatest success. You're going to recruit people like crazy because you're going to be able to share with them on the spot. You're going to say, why don't you just join? It's $35, right? And you can sign her up there at the table. No overthinking, no watching a video, no conversation with the director needed. They're ready. Sign them up. Okay. So imagine just having that instant success. That's what we want, right? It makes it easier and faster, and it does work. So, not to say we're not doing virtual, we are, but I would say it's more of a backup when you can't do the in person. She lives too far. She doesn't want to get in person. You're too busy. She's too far, whatever. Virtual is a great additional option in those cases, but it's not always the something that we want to be leading with for everyone. Okay. I really do believe that. All right. So Amy's going to send us out with a little closing inspiration. Sorry to make you wait and wait and wait, Amy. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. So I thought I would share just some thoughts since we're in the season of Advent for everybody that celebrates the Christmas holiday. Advent started on Sunday. And so for the next 4 weeks, we think about, at our church, we light a candle each week, and they all represent different aspects of Advent: hope, peace, joy, and love. And I found a quote from a Reverend Holly Whitcomb. And I think it really resonated with me because it really talks about waiting and patience. And we talk a lot about that in Mary Kay, about working in increments and working our way towards our goals and breaking our goals down into increments. And that's a little bit like how we might have to handle the Advent season with all the obligations we have, all of the responsibilities we have to our families, to our churches, to our friends, to our customers, and just kind of breaking it down so that we don't get too overwhelmed and we just take some deep breaths and get through the season, because it's a very joyous, fun season, but it can also be very hectic and stressful for a lot of us. So this Reverend Holly Whitcomb says, the waiting of Advent teaches us to live in increments, in small pieces rather than large chunks. Waiting also teaches us to measure our progress slowly. So I think that's great. It just kind of really connects with Mary Kay for me, because we measure our progress every week when we have these check-in meetings, which is so helpful to be mindful of how we're doing this week. And then we have a monthly check-in to say, how'd we do this month? What's our goal for next month? So I think as we go through the season of Advent, leading to Christmas, it's a good reminder of take it slow, take it day by day, take it one face at a time, one booking at a time. I know that's going to be my strategy to kind of get through December. So I just wanted to leave you all with that thought.
Awesome
Love
job,
that.
Amy. I love that.
Thank you. All right, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for being on. Thanks for hanging with us a little extra tonight. Bye. Congratulations,
Bye.
everybody.
Have a powerful week.
Good night.
Good night.
Power up, power up.